So you'd like to put a talking head in a corner of a video to explain what's happening, and this little video is going to show you exactly how to do that. For example, I might be introducing you to the Botanic Gardens in Singapore, and there they are, people walking through the gardens in Singapore. But how do you do that on Sony Vegas Movie Studio Platinum 12 or thereabouts? Well, this is how you do it. First of all, you take your the video you want to use into the timeline. Video, voice, there it is there. You can drag it into there. Now the video that you want to have in the corner, the talking head for example, you grab that bit of footage and you put it there next to it. Now I separate the sound tracks so that the soundtrack from one is different to the other. So there they are, soundtrack, oops. Just click on your first video first and then come back and shift your talking head up one line. Okay, that helps you to get them working together. Now if you put them both overlapping each other like that, when you see the view what's going to happen, the top video dominates and you can't see the bottom video. There's a couple of different ways to see the bottom video. We're going to teach you the first way, and that is we're going to reduce the top video to a smaller frame. Now you do that by the see that little square box on the end of the video there. We're going to click on that in a minute when I get in there. Click on that, bingo, and up it'll open up a tool above you over the project medium. Now we've got the piece of video up here. First thing we do is we go across to the left of that, and in the very bottom corner there you'll see a tiny little diamond in the positioning line. See that little diamond there? You click, double click on that, 2 clicks on that. 1, 2, okay, and that takes everything back to square one at the beginning of the frame. Okay, now if you can't quite see the picture here, I'll open that up again so you can see what I'm doing. If you can't quite see all that picture there, it means the workspace might be, click on workspace over on the left, then underneath the zoom button click on the down arrow and you get a sliding tool. That will take that up and down to where you can work on it. There's a good position. I can down at 12.5%. Zoom down. Now we're going to, and while we do that, we'll keep an eye on what's happening over on the other page too. We're going to click on the bottom little dot on that photo or that video, and we're going to drag it down. Drag it down, and as you look over here, you see what's happening. It's getting smaller. Further down you go. So depending on which side you want to have your picture, we'll just leave it in the centre at the moment. Get it down to about the size of talking head you want, and that's roughly well, maybe we'll take the side bit out of it, out to one side, and we'll see what happens. Okay, to that, now we'll bring it to the top just by sliding the whole frame over it, and it's over there, occupying half of this space here. See the pictures to the right of it? That's for a reason. Okay, now we get out of that, up in this top corner, the tiny little black X, just put X, close that down, because we're going to open up a new workspace. Now over on the very edge of that track, video overlay track, you'll find a little, I'll come in close for you so you can see what I'm doing. The highlighted blue track is the main track. The one above it is what I'm working on, video overlay, and you'll see this little button called video overlay track motion. And when you get your pointer above that, it will say track motion. Click on that, opens up a new work space above you. And now this helps you realign the picture in the middle. So I'm going to grab the middle dot and slide it to one side. and see if I can get my head over there in that corner. That's about as far as I want it to have my talking head. So that's a brief overview of some of the principles involved in putting one video on top of another and making it smaller. It doesn't have to be a talking head. You can have a picture of an aeroplane flying through the sky, or a fish, or something else that's relevant to the larger picture. But this is how you put one video on top of the other and move it to one side. There are other techniques which I'll teach about in my next lesson.